Tonight, the potential murder mystery investigation after a man's body is found in a burning car. Tony Abbott channels John Howard as he gets even tougher on asylum seekers. A powerful earthquake rocks New Zealand's capital, causing panic. And a close encounter for surfers as whales come close to a Sydney beach.
This is 7 News at 7 with Sally Bowrey.
Good evening. We start with a potential murder mystery unfolding south of Perth, where a man's body was found inside a burning ute. Police are asking for your help to try to figure out exactly what happened. Let's go live to Chantel Toohey in the newsroom. Chantel, what are you hearing from investigators?
Well, Sally, a 33-year-old man's body was discovered inside a burnt-out ute in a car park in Dawesville in the early hours of Tuesday morning. Now, initially, police had no reason to believe that this was sinister, but some new information has now led major crime detectives to believe that this death may in fact be suspicious. Now, SES volunteers were called in today to search the area around Estuary Drive to see if there are any more clues that can help solve this case. Now, police are yet to release the victim's name. They're using dental records to officially identify him, but it is understood they do know who he is, and the man's family has been notified. Now, police have released a photo of the type of car that was burnt out. It is a white Holden dual cab ute. Now, if anyone saw this car in the Mandurah or Dawesville area on Tuesday, they're asked to call Crime Stoppers. Sally.
OK, Chantel, thanks for the update. Asylum seekers are back headlining the election campaign. Tony Abbott today declared this is our country as he announced an even tougher line on border protection, borrowing a famous quote from former Prime Minister John Howard. See if it all plays out that way. As the second week of the election campaign draws to a close, yes, it's only week 2. Seven's political analyst Jeff Kennett gives his verdict on the leader's performance. And earlier I spoke to Labor heavyweight Paul Howes for his verdict.
Politics we're seeing from Tony Abbott just depresses me that we're continuing to see not a lot of leadership in this space at the moment.
Paul Howes there. A powerful earthquake has rocked the New Zealand capital Wellington, causing panic but no significant damage. The quake had a magnitude of 6.6 and was followed by more than 20 strong aftershocks. Its epicentre was near the town of Seddon on the South Island. The quake caused traffic gridlock and jammed mobile phone signals, but there were no reports of serious injury. More from TV3's New Zealand's Rachel Tiffin in Wellington. And let's go to Rachel now. Rachel, this follows a similar quake just a few weeks ago. OK, thanks for that, Rachel. Rachel Tiffin there in Wellington. The United Nations Security Council has held an emergency summit to try and deal with the violence in Egypt following yesterday's deadly crackdown on protesters by the military. In today's other developments, Egypt's interim government revised the death toll, doubling it to 638 people. But protesters insist that number of deaths could be as high as 2,000. And the United States has stepped in, cancelling joint military exercises with Egypt planned for next month. This report from John Irvine is confronting. Well, US President Barack Obama has interrupted a holiday to condemn the violence, but there are demands for America to show more leadership to help restore calm in Egypt. Here's our US correspondent, Mike Amor. Mike Amor there in the US. You're watching 7 News at 7. Still to come, pictures of a rough landing for a pilot in Brisbane and a close encounter for surfers off a suburban Sydney beach. Club officials from Essendon have called an emergency meeting to discuss the potential health impacts from the supplement scandal on players and their partners. It's understood the biggest concerns are over potential problems with fertility. The AFL today announced it would release full details of the charges against James Hird and other senior officials from Essendon next week.
It is our intention also to release the particulars of the charges in the next few days, because it's important that I think people understand from a public view that they understand what is behind the charge of conduct unbecoming.
The charges are scheduled to be heard by the AFL Commission in 2 weeks. The pictures you're about to see are alarming, but the construction worker is tonight recovering in hospital after undergoing surgery. A metal rod as thick as the man's thumb speared into his head on a Sydney building site. You're watching 7 News at 7. Still to come, Scott Pape's Money Watch, WA's weather with Angela Sun, and from a Hollywood studio to the slums, an Australian millionaire's journey to help those worse off. If you've already seen the following pictures today, I'm sure you're going to want to see them again. The 7 News chopper has captured remarkable video of 2 whales coming close to surfers off Sydney's Bondi Beach. Well, from a cute couple to an odd combination, scientists have uncovered a new mammal described as a cross between a cat and a teddy bear. The incredibly rare find wasn't made in the wild, but in the drawer of an American museum. An Australian who made it to the top at a Hollywood studio has given it all away to help desperately poor children in Cambodia. Once a multi-millionaire, Scott Neeson now lives in the slums of Phnom Penh, building schools and hospitals. What a great story. On 7 News Money Monitor tonight, Australian stocks didn't end the week well and Wall Street is to blame. Here's 7 News finance expert Scott Pape. Thanks, Scott. 7's finance expert Scott Pape. Well, Scott certainly loves to invest cash, but our next story is calling out for someone who can spend it. That's because the 4th biggest Powerball win in WA history still hasn't been claimed, and Lottery West is on the hunt to find the mystery millionaire. Time now for a check of WA's weather. Here's Angela's Sun.
Hi Sally, we've shivered through a cold winter's day here in Perth. It was even cold enough for snow down south. It's the first snowfall WA has seen this year. Bluff Knoll had a light dusting early this morning where temperatures were close to freezing. And with the recent rain, it's now the wettest August Perth's had in nearly 2 decades. All up, there's been more than 107 millimetres. The max today was just 16.9 at 3 o'clock and overnight it fell to 6 degrees. There's been some good rain too across Perth for the last 24 hours. In the hills, there was 22 mils, 16 fell at Serpentine and 11 at Fremantle. Collie was officially the state's coldest spot last night, while Wyndham was again the hottest, reaching 37 degrees. Now, tomorrow will be another hot day for the Kimberley, warm and sunny weather for the Pilbara, but only 19 degrees the top for Geraldton. A shower or two will clear the southwest. It'll be another cold day for the south coast, 16 degrees for Albany, windy in Esperance, but fine and 18 in Kalgoorlie. Tonight, icy onshore winds are driving showers across the southwest, but a high is set to build over the state on the weekend. With it, showers will clear up and finally sunshine will return. Interstate, it'll be cold and wet in Adelaide and Melbourne tomorrow, but mostly sunny and 24 in Sydney. A late storms forecast for Brisbane. On the water, winds will ease, seas and swell will also drop off. And tomorrow we're looking at a partly cloudy day with a shower or two clearing by the afternoon. 19 degrees the top. There'll be a few light showers again Sunday. Then a return of sunny weather from Monday with some warmer days in store too, looking at maximums of over 20 degrees. That's all in weather. It's back to you, Sal.
Thanks for that, Ange. And that's 7 News at 7 for this Friday. I'm Sally Bowrey. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you on Monday.